It's story time, and I'm going to share this experience with you because I don't want anyone else to ever fall victim to this. Living with functional neurological disorder taught me something very quickly. Stress is a trigger for me. So I've had to learn the difference between stressors I must deal with and stressors I refuse to entertain. Let me share a real experience. I'm sharing this experience partly so you can understand something that might be worth stressing about, and partly for awareness, especially if you live in the US and you're disabled. Recently, my husband and I had to make a difficult decision to purchase a new vehicle. I know for many people that sounds exciting and fun, but for us, it is extremely stressful because we are a one-income family and I'm disabled. So for us, a car payment isn't just a purchase, it's security and it's survival. We prayed on it all morning and finally we went to the dealership. We were there pretty much all day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. I would say around 8 p.m., everything was finalized, the contract was signed, we took the new vehicle, and we went home. So we felt incredibly blessed. When we got home, we talked about how everything worked out in our favor. We got a great interest rate and a monthly payment we could afford as a one-income family. Perfect. And then the shitstorm started. A few days later, the dealership called and demanded that we come back in and sign a new contract with a higher interest rate. Then came the instant stress, anxiety, fear, confusion, and we automatically thought, we have to go back into the dealership. We have no choice. That is when I decided to pause. I did my own research, and then I reached out to an attorney and got legal advice so we could understand what our rights were at this point. Here's what most dealerships do not explain. They have you sign an additional retail purchase agreement. It's their contract. It's not the main contract. And somewhere on that contract, there is something called Conditional Delivery / cancellation agreement. And in that is what they try to use to get you to come back in to bring in a higher down payment or get you for a higher interest rate. It's an intimidation tactic that a lot of dealerships will use to get people to come back in and accept a contract with worse terms. And the problem is many people don't know that they have rights, so they go back in and they do it. And guess who's impacted the most? Disabled people, elderly, young buyers, and veterans. Coincidence? I think not. So this stress was necessary because transportation is an essential part of our lives. So we dealt with it, even though it flared my symptoms. But any other kind of stress that's unnecessary, it can kick rocks. My point is this: living with a disability is already hard enough. We must choose carefully what deserves our energy. And if my experience helps even one person go back and check their contract, ask the right questions, and protect themselves, then this stress had purpose. Don't fall victim to these intimidation tactics. Learn what your rights are, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments.